guess today we're going to call this back to basics. What is dwell? Dwell is the amount of time that your points are open in a 360-degree circle of the rotation of the distributor. This is an old Sun 540 machine. What this does is it spins the distributor and tells us in degrees the amount of time that the points are closed. This is out of a Porsche 914, and the dwell is supposed to be at 50 degrees. So out of a 350-degree circle, the points are closed 50 degrees of the time. This one's a little light, it's at 45, so we're going to loosen up the screw, and we're going to open up the points a little bit to increase the amount of dwell to 50 degrees. And it tells us on our meter over here what's our degree of the amount of time that the points are closed. Pretty hard to see, it's an old gauge. The machine's older than me, and that's really old. Now, one thing you have to do when you adjust the dwell and you retighten up the screw that holds the points down, you always have to recheck your dwell because it will change a little bit. Okay, we tightened it up and it went from 50 to 54, so we got to back it off a little bit, and we'll change it to about 48. Tighten up the screw. We got a nice solid 50 degrees of dwell.
They're open 50 degrees at a time.
The points are open 50 degrees at a time and closed 310 degrees at a time on the rotation of the distributor. So now it's time to put it back in the car and see if it runs anymore. Okay, this particular car has a set of trigger points which fire the injectors, so we're just going to check them here real quick in the bottom of the distributor. This is a 74 914 2-liter with manifold pressure control MPC injection versus the AFC injection on the later cars. These are what the trigger points look like. These look okay. There's a set of lobes inside the bottom of the distributor that open and close the trigger points. You can track the trigger points with an ohm meter. This is the common, and this is the left point and the right point. So put your meter here and here and check it for continuity when the points open and close. So actually this set looks great. So we're going to stick this back in, wipe it. We're going to put a dollop of grease on the contacts of the points, and then we'll stick it back in. Okay, we've added our dollop of good old-fashioned Bosch grease at the contact points right here. These are the phenolic rubbing blocks of the trigger points. And we're going to wipe this off. It's a little oily. Imagine a 914 being oily. Stick them back in. Kind of center them. They're kind of left and right, so just kind of hit the center. It does change the position of when the injector opens and closes slightly. But this injection is so crude it kind of doesn't really make much of a difference. Give them a good twist and you're ready to reinstall. Well, this is the engine compartment of a 74 914 2-liter. Arguably the most desirable of the 4-cylinder 914s. Installing the distributor. Luckily these will only go in one way. Very much like an early Volkswagen. Fit in, put the rotor back off. Snug up the nut, which is well hid down in the bottom. You kind of, till you get the timing right, you kind of have to turn your wrench over, but you can only get one flat of this. Go ahead.
Contact!
Contact. is the injector duration time. This switch overcomes the potentiometer on the control unit to kind of find a happy spot for the mixture, and then we turn it off and we try to duplicate it with the potentiometer on the control unit, which is right here. So we're going to go counterclockwise to lean it out. As you can see, the idle kind of smooths out when we hit a happy spot for the fuel mixture. So next thing we need to do is we need to go find a working timing light, which is a little bit of a challenge around here. And then we'll set the timing, and then we'll go back to the mixture.
Okay, go ahead and start it up.
Okay.
You have the throttle?
I have this rod.
Ready?
Yep. Auxiliary air valve. So when this is cold, the valve is open and it causes a vacuum leak and makes it idle faster. As it warms up, it closes off and slows the idle down. So that's coming into play right now. So we need to plug it off in order to get kind of an accurate time. It's just got to be over 2,700.